Each death, small or big, can be said to mark the end of a particular universe. At 10:30 on a busy April morning in the center of Cape Cod's North Bay village, the universe ended for Eartha Fullerton as she fell dead of a heart attack in the post office. She must have been as surprised as everyone else that early spring day as she crumbled, dropped her mail, and left the premises in the most definite way possible. There was nothing anyone could do, and it was over before the ambulance arrived from the fire station across the street. The hospital recorded her dead on arrival, aged 85, and the postmaster made sure the entire village knew about it well before lunch that afternoon. 2 days later, ancient Peter Souza peered across the street at Eartha's house, Silver Beach. He was one of Eartha's few surviving contemporaries, and had been gamely setting out to plant a packet of seeds he was sure would win the fall pumpkin contest as the first cars pulled up. He'd expected the family to arrive and thought to go over with sympathy as soon as the seeds were in and to turn over the care of Eartha's insistently hungry cat to its relations. He would miss Eartha, but in the pragmatic way of the very old, he assumed good-naturedly he'd probably be joining her soon anyway. The air was alive with salt as Olive Adams parked under the silver beech tree, unfolded herself from the car, and slowly closed the door beneath the great branches. The tree had always welcomed her upon arrival at her Aunt Eartha's sprawling house, and this time was no different, except for the absence of Eartha. Otherwise, all was the same. The gardens and porch lay unchanged, and the summers spent here with Eartha hummed through her head as her mother, gray-haired and immaculately dressed, ran out to hug her. "Honey, you're just in time," Rose said. Her mother took in her red hair, pulled back in a simple ponytail, and her teary green eyes, and held her tight. Olive looked warm in her favorite comfy sweater, and old Aaron she'd worn nearly into submission, and her jeans and boots gave her a casual air. Eartha's big black cat, Rasputin, wove his way between the two as they hugged, and mewed plaintively behind them as they climbed the porch steps and walked around back to the kitchen. The house was in business mode as they joined Olive's dad, Stephen, at the big table with an official-looking man and a large pile of paperwork. He introduced his companion as local lawyer Johnson Henley Esquire and handed Olive a cup of coffee. Rasputin concluded the introductions with a lightning streak through the cracked door, across the table, and straight for the stacked papers. Things were happening quickly, reading the will and planning the funeral, and the drive down from Boston hadn't been nearly enough time to think through the 2 days since Olive had received news of Eartha's death. John Henley Esquire fended off the cat and recovered without missing a beat. "As you know, you three are the only remaining family," he said. Rasputin retreated to a high shelf to observe proceedings as he tried to identify the interlopers in his kitchen. Olive surveyed the room. It hadn't been updated since about 1935. It was so old you could make a fair case it had returned to style. The ancient wood-burning stove holding court across the table from the 1950s gas range. The freestanding cupboards and tables, predated fixed counters, and the soapstone sink under the east-facing window glowed each morning with the sunrise.